Hi everyone, I'm back. And I have a new video that I want to make regarding the creation of child cases using the automation shape. So right now I have a very basic project and I'm going to show you how to achieve this. So we have three main components here. Well, in this example, we have our parent case type, our child case type, and we also have one data type that is called supplier. And here in this supplier data type, we have a few records. As you can see, we have the name and we have the ID. The idea here is that I want to create a bunch of child cases based on the suppliers that are selected by the user. So for each supplier that the user selects, we are going to be creating a child case. And in this child case, we are going to only review the information. And for this, we need to copy the data from that list that they selected from into each child case. So let's get started. First, we are going to need to add this automation shape that is called create case in the parent case. No, actually, the first thing that we need to make sure is that the child case is a real child case of the parent case. For this, we're going to open the case type rule of the parent case and add the child case to it. So here in the parent case type, we are going to find the child case types and we are going to add the class of that child case type. And now we are going to save this. Now that we have this, we are going to go into the parent case lifecycle and we are going to add two new shapes. We are going to add the create case shape and the wait shape. Okay, now let's configure this create case shape. So the first thing that we're going to do is to check the create child cases from these options. Here we can click on other because it is not showing us the child case. So we are going to click other and we are going to set the class of the child case. Now we are going to click on create multiple cases using a list. And this is going to be the same list that I'm showing over here, where the user is going to be able to select the items. Here we are not going to click on the copy page data to the new subcase. This is because it will not work unless the page list that we have here is the same class as the child case type. And in this case, this list is of type is of a data type class, not of a work class. So what I mean with this is if I open this uh, supplier list page list, this is the page definition. It's a data type. But we need, if we want to use that option, we need a class, I mean a page list that is of the same class as the child work case, work type. Yeah. So that's why we are not going to use this option. Instead, we are going to use the data transform option to map items, to map values into the child case. So here we are going to be creating a new data transform. Now here, when we are creating this data transform, we need to make sure that we are using the same class as the child case type. Now, here is something important. If we want to copy information from that item of the page list, we need to create a temporary page that will be used to copy the values from that element. And that can be done here. In the same configuration, here we are going to name the page that we want Pega to create based on the current element of the page list from which the case is being created. In my case, I'm just going to name it a supplier page. And now in the data transform, we need to declare this page in both the parameter and the pages and classes tab. So now that we have this, we can use it in the definition tab. So in this case, I want to copy this information for the supplier ID and for the supplier name. Okay, now let's open the portal and create a new parent case. So here I have the list. I'm going to select the supplier 1, 3, and 5. Let's click on create. And now here we are creating the child cases. And we should have the corresponding information for each item that we selected. So this is the first child case. Here we have supplier 5 and its ID. If we click submit and then click on get the next, we should get either supplier 1 or supplier 3. Here is supplier 1. Let's click submit to go to the next child case. And here is supplier 3. Let's click submit. And that's the end of this demonstration. Something that I want to also add to this so that you can know is that if you want to reference the parent case type, I mean the parent case, you can use a page that is created by Pega. And that page is named parent page param name. So here we need to declare it also in the parameters and the pages and classes tab. The class is going to be the same class as the parent work class. And now we can copy information from the parent primary case, primary page, I'm sorry. So let's once again, let's create some cases. Let's go to parent. Let's now select supplier 2 and supplier 4. And here, as you can see, we are copying the ID of the parent case. And just as the ID, we can copy any information that is in the parent case. So that's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.